After doing overtime at his work, Ichiro Suzuki wakes up in a different dimension similar to the game he's developing. However, in this world, he is 13 years younger and has all his skills maxed out. Confused, he navigates the new realm and changes his name to Sato. There, he meets Zena and Martha, who are instantly enamored by him. As he spends more time in the foreign world, Sato realizes he doesn't want to leave, even with the threat of a roaming demon lord. Sato and Martha's exploration of the city continues. They look at cute pets, try different street foods, and even buy some merchandise in the market. After purchasing Martha a pretty hair clip and some weird-looking mask and wig, Sato comes across a witch named Arisa, also known as the Mad Princess. Sure, she's a total knockout and all, but that's not what caught his attention. He just thinks that her title's a load of trouble, because really? Mad Witch? However, Sato doesn't let this thought linger for far too long, as he's more interested in cleaning up and getting dinner. He decides to get dinner at the inn and proceeds to judge their dishes like he's master chef. After eating seconds of the hearty meal, Sato goes to bed and realizes everything in his surroundings is too good to be something his mind had conjured. Plus, the beautiful city, the different language, and the battle with the lizard men seems too real to think of it as a product of his imagination. But still, what's with the game-like options he has if this isn't a dream? He can't save or log out, and he's still clueless on whether he'd be able to go back to his world. Without answers, Sato decides to go outside and look at the city from the top of a mountain. He has two things on his list. 1. Explore the world, and 2. Find out how to get back to his world. But now, he just wants to enjoy the ride that's been handed to him. The next morning, Martha tells him that his girlfriend is waiting for him. Huh? What girlfriend? It turns out that it's Zena, wanting to take him around the city. And so, they go off and explore the city. As he promised the night before, Sato allows himself to enjoy the beautiful realm, this time with Zena as his tour guide. They go on a food trip, starting with seiryu cutlets. Their last one is dried bat wings coated with black miso. Although it may look unappetizing, Sato doesn't hesitate to try the snack. However, a kid accidentally runs over Zena and leaves a stain on her clothes. As they find a way to get rid of the dirt, a witch by the name of Jamana approaches them to clean Zena's dress through magic. Skeptical at first, Zena and Sato entertain Jamana when they hear that she can do survival magic. In an alley, she eliminates the stain by doing spells that wash and dry Zena's blouse. As Sato witnesses Jamana do her spells, he instantly acquires the skill as well. Now, the crisis is averted. They continue their friendly date strolling along Seiryu. Sato gets to know Zena by asking about her spellcasting skills. Zena shares how she does her magic and her journey as a young mage learning spells through history books and music. Then, she adds that someday, she wants to be able to fly using magic. Zena has quite the dream for a beginner young mage, so when she asks Sato why he's trying to learn magic, his answer makes her laugh. It's because Sato doesn't want to bathe outside anymore, so survival magic can help with that. As they both laugh at Sato's funny reason, he tells Zena that he likes the idea of flying with magic. It must be nice to go on a date in the sky. Zena blushes at this and tells him to look forward to it. After touring every corner of the city, Sato takes the opportunity to see a military facility. Since Zena is a soldier, the two easily get access inside. They spend a quiet time enjoying the fresh air on top of the building. As Sato familiarizes himself with the town, a windmill catches his attention. Zena explains that a wheat mill becomes their fort when wyverns attack. She then asks Sato if he wants to see it, to which he agrees. Before they reach the mill, they stop by the Palian Temple. There, Sato learns about the first hero who defeated the Demon Lord. Afterward, they talk briefly to a priestess about a sword that glows blue when a hero uses it. The priestess also thinks Sato is Zena's boyfriend, which flusters the girl and makes quick denial. Because of an unexpected incident, the priestess has to go, so the two decide to continue their journey to the mill. As they pass through the tower, Zena shares that there used to be two in Seiryu City. However, a lower-grade dragon destroyed one 2 years ago. But that's nothing compared to the black dragon that attacked 40 years ago. It even destroyed the outer walls. Curious, Sato asks if the hero defeated that black dragon. Zena reveals that heroes only appear through magic summoning. The last time that happened was when a demon lord ransacked the realm. Speaking of demon lords, an angry shout of a man saying demons catches Sato's attention. A priest accuses 3 demi-humans to be demons disguised as humans. Zena runs to rescue the demi-humans before the people can punish them. While Zena tries to appease the angry crowd, Sato looks for the master of the demi-humans through his game-like command center. He discovers that Urs, the owner of the servants, and the priest are working together to rip off some money from innocent citizens. How? By selling them holy stones to punish the demi-humans. Before Sato confronts Urs, he handles his accomplices that instigate the crowd to retaliate against the wrongly accused demi-humans. Then, he kicks Urs and carries him to the center of the commotion. Sato explained to the crowd what Urs and the priest are doing. As the people protest, Urs' body suddenly elevates and a demon reveals itself inside the man. Zena calls for backup while Sato stays with the demi-humans. While the demon transformation is ongoing, Sato wants the servants to escape. However, their collars ensure that they follow Urs, hence they can't move. The demon bursts out of Urs' body, pleased with what happened. While the demon is monologuing, Sato discovers that Urs is dead, so technically, the three have no owners. He can set them free. This demon makes a nest for his master while praising itself. Zena comes back with reinforcements, but it's too late. Sato and the three demi-humans, along with Zena and the soldiers, have been trapped by the demon. Inside the lair, the demon prepares a labyrinth and encourages the people inside to do their best to get out by using evil measures. Sato has no choice but to take the demi-humans into his custody. Although it takes him a moment to give them their new names, Tama, Pochi, and Lisa are happy to receive it. However, they frown when Sato hands out clothes and water for their disposal. As servants, they are treated, well, badly. So the three are at a loss in how to act with a different and kinder treatment. To ease their worries, Sato makes it an order, so Lisa finally accepts the clothes. After tending to them, Sato investigates the labyrinth map. Before he finds a way to exit the lair, he gives Lisa a dagger. Then, he reminds them not to engage in combat until he commands them to do so. The four start their journey to find a way out. With Sato at the helm, Tama and Pochi help as a lookout for enemies while Lisa serves as their rear defense. On the first corner, they see a huge bug feasting on a human. Sato hesitates to attack since he hasn't encountered a monster like this one. Lisa suggests that it might be better to ambush the giant while it's busy. On the first try, Sato's shot widely misses the bug. So, he maxes out his sniping and shooting skills and ends the monster's life with 4 fire shots. While Sato uses the monster's tough hide to make a weapon for Lisa, Lisa looks for the core of the evil creature to sell in the market. When Sato finishes the spear for Lisa, she gives the dagger to Tama. While they're at it, Sato removes their collars with his magical gun. With their first successful monster kill, Sato and his friends, servants, get ready to conquer stronger and more hideous creatures in the labyrinth. As they go deeper into the devil's lair, Sato realizes that the demi-humans do not level up when they only serve as a lookout. So, Sato orders Tama and Pochi to gather up some stones. In their next combat, Sato allows Pochi to distract the monster by throwing stones. However, the plan backfires when Pochi panics and runs away. Sato kicks the bug and ends its life. Then, he runs after Pochi. After explaining to the little demi-human that panicking can risk her life, the four continue to fight monsters. This time, they manage to put down as many as possible without any hiccups. After a few combats, Sato notices that the demi-human's levels and skills have improved. However, Lisa and the others are low in stamina. So, he gives them jerky to refuel and then orders them to sleep for a while. 3 hours later, with a full belly and a good nap, the demi-humans are ready to fight again. They set traps for sewer rat monsters, hunt for some treasures, and even kill a frog monster that served as their meal. After their long day, the 3 demi-humans sleep soundly while Sato stands guard. He realizes that it won't be long and they will finally reach the end of the labyrinth. However, it also means that he needs to part ways with them. Sad, Sato stares at them throughout the night. After the 3 wake up, they continue to search for the exit. They encounter a slime that Lisa takes care of by hitting its core. However, a level 40 monster wolf appears and attacks Sato. With quick thinking and cool combat skills, he sets up a trap and then throws the monster into it. At their next stop, the group rescue people who are trapped inside web cocoons. However, one of them is the merchant from the market who bullies the demi-humans. As Pochi tries to save the man from the web traps, he calls Pochi a beast and shoos her away. So, Sato orders Pochi to stay away. They leave the merchant to figure out how to get out of the trap. Luckily, or not, the other survivors help the merchant. They move along after rescuing the 3 strangers. Pochi hears the sounds of battle and points them out to Sato. They discover soldiers and ordinary citizens fighting for their lives against the slimes. Before Sato joins the battle, he orders Pochi and Tama to distract the slime by using a torch while Lisa targets its core. The mean merchant joins the fight, saying he's better than the demi-humans, but he's down before he can even make a move. Before he's eaten, the demi-humans he's belittling save his sorry behind. There's an odd and ashamed expression on his face as he watches the demi-humans defeat the slimes. Maybe he'd get his act together and not be a prejudiced A-hat. As the main battle dies down, Sato looks for Zena amidst the soldiers struggling. He finds her trapped in between a wall and a sticky slime. Sato throws 3 knives to put it to rest. Zena runs to Sato's arms, happy that he's safe. Their reunion is cut short by the priestess earlier, saying they need to defeat the demons. She then asks Sato what he knows. They can be defeated through their nucleus. After saying that Lisa told him that, Zena seems jolly. This is when he introduces his new companions to Zena. Lisa thanks her for saving their lives from the cruel punishment of the people. With the slimes defeated, Sato and the servants continue to look for the exit together with Zena and the soldiers. They encounter a hidden door that the soldiers try to open through their swords. As Sato awaits what's inside the door, Tama points out a weird wall near the steel gate. It's a hidden door that's directly above the area where he threw the wolf monster. After investigating the weird wall, Sato's attention returns to the soldiers, who find a hidden treasure box inside the door. They opened it and the one-eyed demon named Odin reveals itself once again. Together with Zena and Belmont, who they rescued earlier, the soldiers surround Odin and try to fight it using human magic. However, the demon proves to be the higher being as it manipulates the psyche of the soldiers and influences them to fight each other. The devil's magic also affects the demi-humans who looked at the soldiers like some flavorful roasted chicken. So, Sato has no choice but to put them to sleep and carry them somewhere safe. Now, he contemplates if he can fight Odin. Although he has the power and skills to do so, Sato doesn't want to stand out and reveal his real abilities. However, before he can gear up to face the one-eyed monster, the wolf from a while ago appears and attacks him. Sato doesn't try to fight the monster. Instead, he let the wolf push him into a trap. There, he takes out the holy sword and cuts the monster in half. He suffers slight damage for using the sword, so he unequipped it for the time being. After a few moments, Sato returns to battle the one-eyed monster. However, this time he is cloaked in a robe and a mask. He throws a stone that leaves Odin rattled. So, it retaliates by attacking with its stones. Sato fights back and brings Odin down with a mighty hurl of a stone. The demon falls with the shame of having a human defeat him. However, the fight didn't end there. Odin summons his master, a level 62 demon lord named Abaddon, and becomes one with him. With one flap of its wings, Abaddon manages to send the lowly beings, including Zena and the priestess, to the air. Sato catches them both and carries them to a safer place. Before confronting Abaddon, Sato maxes out his wind resistance ability to resist the demon lord's attacks. Sato uses the holy sword again to battle Abaddon. However, the longer Sato holds it, the more damage he experiences. The sword doesn't glow blue, meaning it still hasn't acknowledged him yet. The demon lord takes advantage and attacks using lightning magic. Sato takes the attack like it's a bite from a mosquito and not a demon wielding an attack. So, Abaddon tries again. This time, he uses poison to put Sato down. However, just like in the first attack, Sato develops resistance to his magic. Sato's toughness challenges the demon lord. For his third try, he uses his petrifying breath to kill Sato with a bad smell. Still, the hero, the wannabe hero, resists the strike. Although Sato manages to save himself from the demon lord's assaults, his stamina can't do it forever. He contemplates using the meteor shower spell again, but using it will also kill all the innocent lives in the labyrinth. Fortunately, he remembers what Zena said about demon lords that to hurt them, one must use magic or magical weapons. So, Sato forgoes the holy sword and uses a magical weapon that can shoot fire. Before he uses it, he maxes its skill and then strikes Abaddon while it's speaking. Sato ends up hurting the demon lord way more than he expects. However, Sato knows that to kill a godlike creature like Abaddon, he needs to use the holy sword. So, while the demon lord is distracted by the fire shot, he runs towards him and equips the holy sword. Then, with full confidence, Sato did the unthinkable. He defeated Abaddon using the holy sword. Afterward, the sword glows a bright blue color. The sword now acknowledges him as a hero. When the demon lord fades, the labyrinth ceases to exist. The soldiers, the priestess, and the civilians are safe to go back to their lives. Meanwhile, the demi-humans run with smiles on their faces when they see Sato. The merchant from earlier comes to them to thank them and apologize for kicking them. I guess he's also capable of character development. As for Zena, the magic-wielding soldier is as happy as the demi-humans to see him. She runs and embraces him for quite a while. That day, Sato earns the title of becoming a hero and an owner of 3 hardworking demi-humans. The servant trader invites him to look at some more, but he's hesitant. Just then, the servants Lulu and Arisa come out of the tent. As Arisa says his name, Sato is shocked. Sato notices the way Arisa speaks his name. It's as if she's been born in Japan. So, he tests them. He whispers, "There's a spider in your hair," in Japanese to them. Arisa freaks out, so he's sure she understands. Although he doesn't know how she can learn the language, Sato still takes her into his custody. Now, he's not just the owner of 3, but 5 servants. Before Sato takes care of his servants' needs, Arisa and Lulu take the time to introduce themselves. They are both from the lost kingdom of Kuvork, but they couldn't have been more opposite from each other. After Sato and the demi-humans introduce themselves as well, Arisa shows her appreciation of how adorable Pochi and Tama are, which makes Sato sigh in relief. At least his servants are getting along. So, the next thing he makes sure of is to shelter them. Before they can reach the inn, Lulu's stomach growls in protest. Sato asks the girls what they would like for dinner. Their answers are all tragic, so Sato treats the girls with a meal that leaves them in awe. As they enjoy the meal, Sato tells Pochi and Tama the proper way of eating the hot soup to avoid getting burned. Arisa witnesses this scene and stares lovingly at her owner. His actions are simply too loving compared to her other owners. And like every time he's eating, Sato critiques the dish like he's in a cooking show. When he notices Arisa and Lulu's clothes, he goes out of his way to buy them new ones. He also buys chicken for Liza, which seems to be her favorite meal. However, on the way back, Sato gives the grilled meat to hungry pets on the sidewalk. Then, he comes back and gives the clothes to the girls. Back at the inn, the demi-humans receive unpleasant stares from the citizens. So, Arisa addresses the strangers with some kind of hypnotizing magic. She informs them of how demi-humans saved people in the labyrinth, so the least they can do is welcome them without distaste. After, she asks the innkeeper for a stable so the demi-humans can sleep comfortably since no rooms are available. Sato takes care of the demi-human stable for the night. Then, he goes back to his room where Arisa and Lulu are sleeping with him. However, sleeping means a different thing for both servants and Sato. For Arisa and Lulu, sleeping means servicing the pleasures of their master. For Sato, it means a time for resting. So, you can see how it might be an issue. He gets shocked when he finds the two naked and waiting for him. He tells the girls to wear their clothes back and sleep. The rejection hits Arisa and Lulu differently. Somehow, Lulu finds the rejection like a heartbreak she can't explain. As for Arisa, well, she finds it an opportunity to find another way to sleep with her master. In the depths of the night, she uses her psychic magic once again to seduce Sato to sleep with her. Groggy, Sato finds himself almost succumbing to the hypnotizing magic, until he finally pushes Arisa away. Afterward, he orders Arisa to never use psychic magic or any magic for that matter ever again. Then, he asks her why she did it. To save face, Arisa tries not to answer. However, Sato uses his interrogation skills and forces the answer out of Arisa. He learns that Arisa wants him for his face and body. She goes on with a lengthy explanation of why she fell in love with him. His baby face, his slender build, and his face were void of any expression. The 30-year-old Ichiro with his sunken eyes and dull skin can't relate. After that, Arisa revealed the truth about her. Like Sato, she's from Japan. She was Arisa Tachibana and was reincarnated to the kingdom of Kuvork with her memories intact. She also mentions that he's the second Japanese person she met. The first being Sato learns that people can either be reincarnated or transferred to a foreign world. The people who are reincarnated like Arisa are humans who died from old age or accidents, while the people who were transferred through summoning magic are destined to be heroes or simply called transfers. They enter the world with the same human build and old clothes from their previous world. Sato can't be sure if he's a transfer or not since he never met God. Based on what Arisa told him, transfers meet the creator and have infinite MP. So, he moves on and asks Arisa why she became a servant. So, Arisa tells her story. The next morning, Zena, who has a habit of visiting unannounced, sees Arisa and Sato in one bed naked. Uh-oh. Well, Sato's still wearing pants, but I think that's still irrelevant to Zena. Although they're just friends, Sato goes after her and explains what happened. With a bit of dancing, a sprinkling of persuasion, and a whole lot of lovely compliments, Sato turns Zena's frown into a lovely smile. After shopping for shawls, Arisa greets them, well, mostly Sato when they get back. She also says she's glad that they fixed the misunderstanding. Arisa, so cheeky. Sato just flicks her forehead and tells her to fetch the others. As she runs back into the inn, he remembers the story she told him the night before. There's a reason why she has a unique skill called never giving up. Because when she was reincarnated as a princess in a foreign land, she did everything to improve the way of life in her kingdom. However, her greediness turns and slaps her around with misfortunes. The neighboring town occupied her kingdom and she was turned into a servant. But her misfortune didn't stop there. A demon lord wreaked havoc in her kingdom and then left it on fire. She and Lulu have no choice but to retreat to the mountains where the traitor takes them into his custody. Now, Arisa has survived and has a baby-face master to tend to. Her words, not mine. Then, he gives them money to shop for their necessities. The smiles on the servants' faces give Sato a reason to smile as well. As the servants walk away, Zena tells Sato that they seem pretty lively. He tells the girl that it might be unbefitting for a servant, but it makes things easier for him. You're cool, Master Sato.